Okay, here we are. We're going to go over the living water system and how we install that and how it works in your tank. So when your living water kit shows up, the first thing you want to do is put this blue tote cover over the IBC tote. And this serves a couple purposes. One, it keeps the UV light out of the tank. And number two, it keeps the water cool in the living water system. So once you get the tote tank installed, there's straps on the bottom you can strap to the legs, and we'll be ready to proceed to the next step. The next step is to remove the original lid that comes with the tote, and we're going to replace it with our custom fabricated living water lid. And when it shows up to you like this, these caps are removable. And so we want to remove one of the caps on the living water lid. And based on the amount of acres you're using living water on will determine the size of the water mast and where a water shutoff valve goes. So that's just a look at that. And it's very simple. We're just going to place that into the tank, make sure it fits well, and it does. And then we're going to start installing the other items. The first item we're going to install is our recirculation pump. And this is a low volume recirculation pump that will keep the living water tank circulating at all times. And it's just a submergible pump with 110 power. Get the power here. And then we are just going to put this straight down into the tank. And with the excess, we're going to take the excess tubing and the power cord and bring it back up through the cap that we removed on our lid. The next step is going to install the aeration stones. And this will keep the tank aerating and ensure that the living water stays fresh throughout the process while it's on your farm. And again, you want to take these air stones, put them through the hole in the tank. And when I get these in here at the bottom, I like to swing them and spread them apart as far as I can. It's not necessary how far apart they are. We just don't want them side by side. And it's very easy to do. Swing them into place once you get them. And again, with the excess, we're going to pull or push the excess through the hole in the lid where we took out that cap. Just to show you. So we have all our device cables coming through that hole. And at this point, we can screw the lid of the cap on. And in the cap, there is a small hole drilled to put the other end of the recirculation tube into the top. And that will hold it there tight and secure and make sure that we're pulling water from the bottom of the tank and dropping it back into the top. The next part of living water is our air pump. And our air pump is going to be sent with 2 hose clamps on it, just taped to the front. And those will be important to hold the air hose onto the pump in the warmer conditions when this tubing starts getting hot and the sun beats on it. This will ensure, these clips will ensure that the tubing stays on the air pump. And it's very simple. Oops. And snap them together and it'll hold it in place. So you want to do that on both of the tubing lines. The next step is all our kits are shipped with a water strainer, water filter, some type of device. Based on your area and your water source, Some of the water filtration will be a little bit different, but for the most part, we use these, the cleanable, strainable ones. They come with an extra screen and an extra washer. And this is something just to keep an eye on and change as needed in the process. So just for visual display, I'm just going to show you. And the other end of this, of course, we hook our source water hose to. So the source water hose will go in here, and the other end will go to a spigot or your fresh water or source water spigot. The next step is to fill the tank with water. Turn the water on, water will start coming out of our device, and it'll fill the tank to the level based on how many acres you're irrigating with living water. And when the water level reaches the auto float valve that's in there, the water will stop, and you don't need to do anything else. Every time you pull living water from the tank or irrigate it onto your field, it'll maintain that level of water in the field. And next, we are just going to plug in our electrical devices. This is just 110 power, and we recommend an outdoor electrical connection to do this if it's going to be out in the weather. And if not, we recommend when it's plugged in, you slide it underneath the tote cover to protect it from the elements. Very important there. And at this time, we don't want to turn it on until our tank is full. When the tank is full, then turn power on the devices, and it'll start recirculating and aerating the tank. And at that point, you can remove the second lid that's on here and apply the living water concentrate into the top of that lid and get that into the tank, and then just go ahead and put the lid back on. And we like to keep the second lid on because it does prevent foreign objects from getting into the tank. So you want to keep that there as needed. After the tank has ran for 12 to 24 hours, then it'll be time to start irrigating living water into your field. And so for that, we just use a simple injection pump or chemication pump or fertigation pump. This one happens to be for a higher pressure irrigation system. This will pump against or go up against 150 psi if needed. And I believe this goes maximum, will pump 20 gallons per hour is needed. But these pumps are generally adjustable based on the acres that you're irrigating. And it's real simple to use. Some customers put a cam lock or a banjo fitting on the end and pump living water out from the bottom valve or the drain valve on the tank. But many customers just use a filter and insert a filter with a line weight. This is a line weight, and it keeps this into the tank. And they'll just pull directly from the same hole in the lid into the injection pump. And just for display, this is a short hose, but the output of the injection pump goes into a check valve, and this is where you would inject living water into your irrigation line. So I hope that just kind of gives you a quick overview of what we're trying to accomplish when the Living Water Bioreactor shows up to your facility or your farm. And so any questions, just give us a call. We'll be glad to help.